the start of another day, and we have crops to harvest. Hello again, I am John Bob, and welcome back to American Midwest. We're going to start off harvesting our soybean crop. We actually have a decent price for soybean right now, just under 1,800 per 1,000 litres. But unfortunately, we don't really have anything in stock to sell. It's all here on the fields, so we need to get this harvested. I've got a feeling that it's going to kind of start to go down by the time we've got this crop harvested and ready to sell. But we have plenty of sell points on this map, especially with the additional mill sell point that we have up at our main farm over there. Sorry, our animal farm up there. So we don't have to wait too long for another price to come good. Let's run along the field here. What I'm going to try and do as well, possibly, is... Actually, no, we'll keep going this way. I was thinking about going up and down, but this will work. This is probably the best way for us to go ahead and get this crop harvested. So I'm just going to hire a worker for a second. We can check out the map and have a look at where we are. So you can see we have these three fields here that are ready for harvesting. Now these should all be soybean, and then this is our sunflower crop, I believe. Let's double check. Yes, these two fields here are sunflowers. So we have three fields here of soybean. We need to join these two fields together, actually, once we've finished this harvest, so that we can actually, make that into just one big field. And then with these fields harvested, we should hopefully be in a position to have quite a nice bit of cash. This is the price that we have at the moment. You can see here at the railroad, we're actually $17.29 per 1,000 litres, which is a pretty decent price. It's not the best price, but it's not a bad price at all. It's certainly better than the bakery. We do have a price on the up here at White's Grains as well. It's going to be a while before that one gets to anything remotely good. It's 12.10. I mean, as you can see, it is going up, but it's going to take a long time to get to a good price. We also have a good price going up for our sunflowers, but the sunflowers aren't going to be ready until tomorrow, so I don't know if that's going to actually still be there by the time we get around to harvesting our sunflowers. And we also have this price here, this $13.32 for canola, and we are going to quickly take advantage of that. We have enough canola to sell, but we need to make sure that we have everything on standby before we start running that grain. So let's hook up to our auger tank and let's see. Is it sitting flush, or is it buried in the ground again? It's sitting flush. Fantastic. Regular viewers will know that I've had all sorts of problems with this thing just constantly sinking into the ground for no reason whatsoever. It's nice to see that it's actually running properly there, or sitting properly. So we get the cruise control set correctly. There we go. Let's get this parked up. There we go. It's parked up and ready. Now we need to get into our truck. Where is the truck? There it is. And let's speed up cruise control. There we go. So we need to go and collect our canola. And then we need to take that to the sell point. Tip one load. And that'll be around 65,000 litres or so. The rest we'll hang on to. Because the price is going to take a bit of a nosedive as soon as we do finish selling. So there's no point selling a crop at a subpar price. We don't have another good price that we can divert to for a second trailer. But this will give us a nice big bump of cash. And I think we were going to do some silage this time out as well, if I remember rightly. But obviously our crops have come in, so we kind of need to go with the crops and get them harvested. Let's just slow down a bit. We're in a 25 zone here. Turn off my indicator. I can just hear that ticking away in the background. There we go. So yeah, those 3 fields, that'll give us a really nice additional chunk of a product that we can sell. Hopefully the price will still be good by the time we get there. And we'll get to that point. That's the grass field. We've still got a little way to go. We've got to go over the next junction. I'm going to break the speed rules. It's a little bit too slow. Here we go. Here's our turn off for the silos. Let's get underneath. There we go. And oh no, wait, our canola is up at the animal farm, isn't it? Because it's food for our pigs. Of course. Alright, well, we'll go and grab a trailer full from up there. We're not going to need, you know, a staggeringly huge amount. As long as we keep the second half, or the second amount, you know, that we've got left in our trailer, sorry, in our silo, we'll be fine for our pigs. I hadn't even thought about it. It's been so long since I've been on this farm. I completely forgot that we had pigs. There we go. Just turn this corner here. I need to unload our combine pretty much straight away when we get up there as well. So while the trailer is filling up, we'll unload into our combine. Oh, there's the warning. Look, just popped up. Helper G has a nearly full grain tank. So I am going to convert this farm over to seasons as well. And that'll happen once we've completed this round of crops. So what I'm also going to do is probably look and make sure I've got enough sort of loose material in storage so that my animals don't die off. So I'm going to make sure I've got plenty of loose grass, loose straw, loose hay, and everything I need to make TMR as well, if I don't already have TMR made up. We're going to mix all of that stuff before we convert to seasons, so that when we do make the switch over, we'll have everything we need to carry on, and we won't have to worry about, you know, say our animals suddenly losing a lot of health. So let's unload canola like that, and while that's doing that, where is it? There we go. Oops. Let's unload the combine. Hopefully he'll make it all the way back, but I get the horrible feeling he's not going to. Almost there. Come on, keep going, keep going. Nope. Didn't think he would somehow. He never does. Never does. Fire the worker, there we go. So we'll manually unload and then reposition our worker again. I think we got rid of our mixer, didn't we? Up at the animal farm. Let's just jump out of our Lily Juno and take a look. I think I got rid of the mixer, and I don't know if I replaced it. Yeah, it's gone, and we didn't replace it. So that's something we'll have to be wary of. Make sure that we have enough TMR. We can check that in a moment. There we go. What I'm also going to try and do with this as well is I'm going to probably look... Oh, there we go. Our bunker has just finished fermenting. So our silage is ready for sale as well. I remember with the silage sale, I was looking at buying some new equipment as well as potentially putting it towards a new field. We need that new mixer. We're going to go with the modded Silo King, which has the 32,000 litre grain tank. Turn the engine off on that. There we go. Let's shuffle back to our truck. And on top of that, we're also going to need to do a little bit of other bits and bobs. And one thing I do want to do as well is I want to take advantage of the Horse Aggravation Pack and buy some of those narrow tracked Challengers to replace the ones that we have. So hopefully they will actually avoid crop destruction. We'll test it, because I'm not 100% certain they do, but I'm pretty sure that they should avoid crop destruction. And before I go anywhere, I need to check, where am I going to sell this? White's Grains. Where is White's Grains? Oh, it's by the animal dealership. Okay. Off to the meat market we go. 65,270 litres of canola at a good price, 1,300 and change. So we should get, I'm guessing, somewhere in the region of $75,000 to $80,000 for this trailer. That'll be a nice little windfall there for us. And then when we couple that with our silage and the money from our soybean crop as well, we're going to be sitting on quite a nice little cash investment. Plus, of course, we have our orchard giving us a nice bit of cash, so we can afford to run the workers on our farm and still make a profit as well. Alright, let's get this tipped. There we go. How much money are we going to make? Like I say, I think somewhere between 75 and 80,000 is what we're looking at. If it's more than that, I'll be very, very happy indeed. What's the final count going to be? I didn't even think to look and see how much money we had to start with. 87,000. Oh, that's very good. That's more than I thought we were going to get. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. So the rest we'll leave in our silo. We need that for the pigs. We can't, go overboard and get rid of our canola crop entirely. I'd completely forgotten that that was why I dumped all the canola up there. But yeah, that's a good little boost to our income there. That might be enough to buy the Silo King outright, actually. It's, I think, 150,000, so maybe we're just a little bit short. I'm not sure. But we'll get this parked up, ready to start hauling soybean. In fact, actually, no, we don't need to do that, do we? Because we can just run it in there with our auger wagon. Let's check and do a quick unload on the combine. What I might do instead is actually sell some of our sugar beets, because we've got a good sugar beet price as well, around 400 and something compared to the other sell points. The root crop storage point does tend to get very high in comparison to the other store sell points, but it does drop low as well, so it's not permanently high. You do have to kind of catch it at the right time. park up there, let him finish emptying. Let's get back to the truck and have a look at our prices. Here we go, look, see, €478. That's a very good price. And that is at the root crop sell point. So we could do some of that as well. I turned the truck off, didn't I? Alright, more driving. We're not going to go overboard with it, we're just going to do a couple of loads, but enough to be able to buy that Silo King mixer. Because that is going to be a really, really useful tool for us. And we could possibly go another way. I mean, we could go with the Pecan Mega Momoet mixer, but I'm using that on Big Bud Farm, and I don't want to use it on two separate farms. And the Silo King mod is such a good mod, it deserves to be used. So this is probably the next best place for us to actually use it on this map here. There's our canola coming in. Sorry, our sunflowers coming in quite nicely. And one stage away by the look of it. So they should be ready to harvest, you know, in-game tomorrow. And how much silage did we end up with? I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was a decent amount. Certainly enough to raise some useful cash for our farm. So we don't go overboard, we're just going to do one trailer's worth. I'm going to have to do that manually. So let's unload a trailer of sugar beets. And this is a really, really fiddly thing to do by hand. If we were to do it with a conveyor belt, which we could do, but would be a little bit cheaty, then no, we could get away with doing that. But like I say, it would just be really kind of be a little bit cheaty, I think, to unload with a conveyor belt. It's not. You're not really supposed to do that. That sell point is designed for manual selling rather than just dumping everything in front of a conveyor and tipping in. But the tip point is very, very far back. You've got to be really precise, otherwise you just end up with a pile of beets on the floor and not in your sell point. And it makes it really hard to retrieve those beets. You have to use a conveyor belt to retrieve them. You'll notice as well that some of those rough, jagged edges that I used to complain about on this have gone. The Merlot obviously got an update a little while back to improve some textures, also add some new features. You can now change the wheels, you can change the colour, you can actually put a logging cage. Well, I say cage, it's kind of like a mesh grill kind of thing that goes, well, not mesh, but a little sort of framework that goes over the windows, like a lattice. Just to give you a little bit more support against, you know, a log that might fall and shatter a windscreen. This thing was already awesome. Now it's even more so. So we'll probably mod this a little bit, you know, change its colour, and maybe put some fresh wheels on it. We won't bother with the cage. There's no point. This isn't going to be used for logging. But we will definitely look at, you know, changing its colour to probably match the colour of the farm. So a red colour, I would imagine. So it matches kind of up with our Holmer and case equipment. And we may well change the wheels as well. We'll see. There's a choice of different wheel types now, different tyre types, which is kind of cool. You can put Nokian tyres on there as one of the options. There are a couple of other options, and I can't remember exactly what they are off the top of my head. But we're going to go and retrieve the beet bucket, and I need to kind of tip those beets onto the floor and then shovel them in bit by bit. But obviously we have a harvest going on as well, and I'm going to need to be careful that I don't let that harvester fill up again. So once we get here and get hooked up, we'll head back and then we'll unload our combine once more. So there we go, there's our big beet bucket. This thing is, I think, 4,000 litres this thing holds. It's a big old bucket, as you can see. Let's just jump back over here. Where is the combine? There he is. So we'll tag the combine, and then we'll go and unload at the silo, and then we'll start manually selling some of those beets. There we go. While that's loading, let me show you the Silo King that we're going to be getting. So this is the in-game Silo King here. The Selfline Compact 1612 holds 16,000 litres. Ooh, that's been changed. It only holds 13,000 now. When did that change? That used to hold 16. That must have changed with update 1.5.1. Because that used to hold 16,000 litres. So that's been reduced in capacity. And this is the one that we're going to be using, the Prestige 22M3, which holds 32,000 litres. It's a really good mod, and it only takes up 7 slots as well, which is a really, really great thing about it. You know, some of these mods take up a huge number of slots. I mean, one of the best vehicle mods that we've had on console, because it's practically Giants quality, is the Fendt 800 Vario. Amazingly good mod, but it takes up like 42 slots. It's just insane how many slots it needs. So that Silo King to only need 7, that's really, really good. So let's unload. I'm going to have to kind of do this at an angle like this. There we go. Back to the truck. There's going to be a lot of shuffling around here for a moment while we try and get everything set up. So I'm going to dump the beets in a line here. Let's unload at a 1 mile an hour speed. This way we get it. Oh dear. That's better. This way we'll get a nice consistent size pile to work with. And this is just going to be the only trailer that we sell. You know, our price is good right now, but it's going to go down pretty quickly. Okay, so I'm going to stop there, and now I'm going to reverse back. I shouldn't really be driving over the beets like this, but I'm now stuck. Oh dear. There we go. So let's get our beets in. Now, as I say, this is very, very fiddly. The tip point is so precise that, you know, if you're just a little bit too far forward, then you just tip onto the ground and not actually into the sell point. So you have to be really, really careful with this. You have to be right here, effectively. Let's change camera onto the bucket. There we go. So I can get a good line now. And there you go. At that point, we are selling. But if I were to come back a little bit further, we would actually end up, as I say, just tipping onto the floor, and you would just see a pile build up inside that little area there. So it's really difficult to actually make sure you get it in there. You've got to be really careful. You can't just drive up and just tip into the into anywhere into that box. You've got to be really precise with it. If you're not far forward enough, then you don't make money, you just make a mess. And we're not going to make a huge amount per bucket, but already you can see that each bucket that we're selling, the price is going down. Ideally, we would want to have a great demand if we were going to tip manually here, so that we could actually tip in volume. That's one of the good things, I think, about the fact that, yeah, this sell point does have a great price, but you know, the price goes down with every bucket you tip. So you start off with a really great price, but it soon gets down to a price that kind of matches the rest of the sell points. And if you keep selling, it just gets lower and lower and lower till you end up with an absolutely rubbish price. See, we lost another few dollars there as well. We're down to 18.22. This one could actually put us under 1800. Scoop up, there we go. Make sure I'm tipping at the back. Combine is almost empty. And there we go, 17.95 on that one. We are losing with every single bucket here, but that's fine. Let's quickly just deal with our combine. Where is it? Thought that was it for a second. That's actually our beet auger. Oh wow, he's all the way over there. Is he about to attack the other field? I think he might be. Yeah, he is. And he is going to end up stopping on the wrong side. So we need to jump out and take over. Stop him. There we go. There's our unload. And then we'll go back and we'll reposition back on the edge of the field and make sure we're getting a full width of the header. Almost done. There we go. Alright, so worker is back underway now. There we go. I'm going to carry on sort of juggling between unloading the combine on this field and shoveling beets, and I will catch up with you in just a moment. Down to the last little bit of beets left here. Get us all in a single bucket. There we go. So we were down to around about 1500 per bucket. Obviously this one's going to be less than that because it's not a full bucket, but there we go. Yeah, just 682 on that one. Let's drop the bucket back off there. Excellent. Now we're going to take this back to the farm and then we'll do some customizing on it, get it changed over a little bit. Okay, so there's our workshop bay that we're going to be parking next to the toolbox, and using the toolbox instead, because that way we don't have to pay. I need to turn off that interactive marker. Forgot it flickers like crazy on this map. There we go. So we toggle that. There we go. So we can change the colour. We've got a choice of black, the original green. We can go for almost like a JCB kind of orange, or we can go for white. So not a full range of colours. I can't go for red, but I might go black. Yeah, let's go black. This is the wheel choice. So we have the standard wheels that it comes with. We can change to Nokian tyres. That's just those two. I thought there was a third choice as well. Let's try Nokians and see what they look like. We can have clean windows. We can have tinted windows. Let's go with tinted windows. And then again, we can have a safety frame if we want to. We don't need the safety frame because we're not going to be doing any logging. But we will go like that. So let's customize that for 3,300. And there we go. There is our brand new. It's looking a bit dirty actually. Let's give it a quick clean. We're going to need to empty the combine as well. Combine can wait a second. So this gives it kind of more road-going tyres than it had before. I mean, this thing is mainly going to be used on roads rather than on fields. So these tyres actually make a lot of sense. But there we go. There is our brand new looking Turbo Farmer, and those tinted windows look cool with the black paint job. Let's see what it looks like inside. Does it change? No, it doesn't change the interior. I was wondering if maybe it would look a little bit different. It still looks the same. Right, we need to empty that combine, don't we? So we weren't quick enough. Let's grab this guy, drive over to the middle of the field and meet him. It's quicker than bringing the combine over. Get that unloaded, and then I'm going to go and check in on our silage. I don't think we have a vehicle that we can use to unload over at the BGA, so we could invest in something to do that, but I mean, we may as well just use our Turbo Farmer for that. So we might get a get a decent sized bucket for that. Depends on the size of the buckets available. Conveyor belts would probably be a better option as well. Let's just have a look at the map. Do we have any equipment dots over here? We've got something. That's just a leveler. That's all we have. So if I jump over to the BGA, yeah, there's no vehicle over here. Choices. How much silage do we have? It's not a bad amount, is it? An actual value. It doesn't tell me. Open silo, there we go. 418,000 litres. That's not too bad. What's our current price on 418,000 litres? Silage is currently selling at 398, but going up. So we'll hold off for now. We'll let that price keep going up, and then we'll look at selling. Need to get the combine back onto the field. Get back on the grain. Oops. I went this on the header. That's why I wouldn't pipe in. Get this restarted. There he goes. And what we will definitely do is we'll buy our new Silo King. There we go. So let's take a look at that. Here it is. Now, this is a really, really nice piece of kit. So if we take a closer look at some of the outside details, you can see it's not up to the same quality as the Giants model, as you would expect, but it's not far off. I mean, it's a little blurry on these grates here, but it still looks very, very good. Looks like we've got a bit of a flat there. It's just the way it sits in the ground, but it looks like we have a flat tyre at the rear. We actually have double wheels at the back, whereas I think the other one just has a single wheel. Looks very nice. And then on the interior, it looks nice in here as well. Again, not quite to the quality of a Giants model, but again, not far off. This is a really, really nice mod. So let's get this up to our animal farm. Look at the size of that tank as well. Definitely bigger than the other one. I mean, it is a 32,000 litre. And one thing I do like about this as well is we have exit points on both sides, which is a nice little touch. So I'll get this up to the farm, and then we'll check on our TMR supplies when we get up there. Okay, so for us to check this, what we need to do is basically park underneath here, although we might be able to tell straight from the we could tell possibly all of the ingredients that we need from our sell point list, but I'm going to do it from here. So it looks like we have, I think, maybe 300,000 litres of TMR already. Silage, we've got 65 and a bit thousand litres, a couple of 100,000 of straw. Hay's looking strong, 322,000 litres of that. 66 and a bit of grass. So is that 30,000 or 300,000 of TMR? I can't tell. How much do we have in our food troughs for our cows? Enough for us to do one load, and it doesn't seem to want to take TMR. That's annoying. It'll take the individual constituent parts, but it won't take TMR. That's weird. Alright, well, we've got a trailer. We can always tip that way, but we have a mixer now for making TMR as and when we need to, which is good. Right. How goes the harvest? And I need to empty. We've still got quite a bit of this field to go. How much do we have in storage now? We're up to 56,500 litres, and yeah, look, you can see the price at the railroad mill has started to fall. It's down to 16.94 and dropping. Although White's Grains is going up, so maybe White's Grains will be a really nice price for us once this harvest is done. That's something we'll keep an eye on. What else do we have in stock? We've got a lot of wheat. We've got an okay price at the mill, which is where it's all located. White's Grains is going up as well. We might sell some of the wheat. I mean, again, we need to keep that for our pigs. How are the pigs looking on food? They could do with a bit of a top up, but they're okay for now. We're up to 225 pigs, 119 cows, so some pretty decent animal numbers. And there is the 80% warning. So let's get ourselves in position and do another unload. Making some really good progress on this field. Still got a fair way to go. getting a really nice haul of grain here. And then of course we've got that field behind us there with even more soybean on it as well. So definitely looking good as a cash crop. This should push up to 25,000. Almost. We'll stay there until we're full. And as you saw, I brought the truck up as well, just to make it easier to unload into the silo. Means I can keep this on the field a bit more. Don't have to worry about catching the combine at an awkward opportunity or an awkward moment. And we can get all of this straight into our silos very, very comfortably and easily using the truck. Let's take a look at our prices. You can see we're up to 448 now for silage, and it's still going up. So that looks like something we can do after we've finished the harvest itself, because that price is still increasing. In terms of our soybean, you can see we're up to 1702 now at White's Grains, and still climbing. So I'm guessing that's not going to be around. Well, it's not going to continue too much higher. Somewhere in the 17s, I think, is probably where it's going to end up. If we can get higher than 17, I'll be very, very happy. You know, we can get like 18 or even maybe 19. That'll be fantastic. And it's still going up at a reasonable speed as well, which suggests that there's a little way to go left, left before that actually stops increasing. That's an encouraging sign. Alright, so we've got around about 50,000 or so, somewhere in the region of 40 to 50,000 litres in our truck. We'll go and unload that now while we park this up just here. There we go, so shuffle through to the truck. Oh, bang on 50,000. How's that? Of course it would be two full trailers of 50,000, 25,000 each. Yeah, that, of course it would be 50,000. There we go. So that's 50,000 to go with the 59 or so thousand we already had. So it's over 100,000 litres already, plus what's left on field 24 and, or was it field 23? Yeah, what's left on field 23 and all of field 22 still to come as well. We're looking at a good couple of 100,000 litres. It's a shame White's Grains is here and it's not on the train line. Otherwise we could tip the whole lot in one go. So as it is, we probably won't sell all of our soybean. We'll probably sell a chunk of it and then let the price rebound a bit. But good amount of money about to sort of enter our farm in the very near future, and I'm all for that. Oh, we have a great demand for wheat at White's Grains. Everything's going to White's Grains, and it's going to last for 18 hours as well. I actually paid attention this time, so we've got until 6 AM. And we actually have a load of wheat that I was thinking of selling. I think, oh no, it's not wheat. Oh no, it is wheat. There we go. Fantastic. Oh, look at that price. 1,100. Wow. I'm pretty sure that's going to start falling the second we, if we leave it too long. So I'm actually going to leave this on the field. And I'm just going to go straight to the truck. We're going to go and sell some wheat. How can we not at that price there? Over 1,000. I've never seen wheat sell that high before. Admittedly, I don't generally play on medium that often. But even so, I mean, it just still seems very, very high. And although we need to keep some of that wheat for our pigs, we can certainly sell at least a trailer. I'd like to sell more than a trailer at that price. Half tempted to sell the lot, but then we wouldn't have anything to top the pigs up. Let's top up the pigs. Let's make sure that the pigs have a full amount of wheat in their food trough, and see how much that takes up, and then we'll see what we've got left, and then make a decision on how much to sell from that. I would like to sell, around 100,000 litres if I can, because that'll bring in $110,000, dollars. Nice big injection of cash. It's all go, isn't it, when it comes to selling stuff today? We sold some sugar beets. We sold some canola at a very good price. We've got a really good price for soybean coming up as soon as we finish the harvest. Now we've got a great demand for wheat at an incredible price, and we've got a load of silage, and the price is going up on that as well. It's money time. It's so nice when you get a little run where everything seems to come good financially. So we've got a lot. Not all of it's here though. There must be some still. There must be about 8,000 litres or so still at the other silo, and that price has gone up. It's gone up by €1. That's how that price is going to increase. I'm sure that was 11.07 a moment ago. Oh, this is intriguing now. Is that price going to keep going up? Oh, if we can get even more, that would be incredible. So, like I said, we're going to... I've overfilled the trailer here, but I'm going to tip this into the pigs and make sure that they're fully stocked. Oh, I wonder how much we could actually get if it is going up. Bob the Juno. Well, the pigs are pretty hungry. There we go. Wow, they took 20,000 litres. But they're now full for 6 days, so we've got enough. Effectively, we could sell everything that we have up here and then grow some more in the time that it would take for our food trough to empty, in theory. As long as we keep maybe just a little bit back, just in case, so we can just top them up a touch. But yeah, I'm going to sell 100,000 litres. And I just get this feeling that that price is actually still going up. Well, that would be something if that's the case. It really would be something. I'm going to keep my eye on that price for the next few moments. And the moment I see it start to go down, I'm just going to bolt to the store and sell it. But I'm hoping that it is actually just going to creep up ever so slightly before that happens. And that's the field done. See the last of the grain just leaving the tank there. Alright, so let's get the combine onto the next field and get that one harvested as well. Completely forgot that I put corn on this field because we needed it for our pigs. So won't be using this header for that. May as well fold the combine up, detach the header, and I think we'll probably call it an episode here. Let's just quickly check on prices. White grains hasn't changed, so maybe 1108 is the final price. Yeah, I think it might be. You can see we're still going up on soybean as well, so that's really, really good to see. I'm going to go and sell that before we disappear. Let's sell that load of wheat. Where is the trailer? There it is. Let's sell this at white grains. See how much money we can raise from our wheat sale. We're going to come back and grab a little bit more as well. So luckily White's Grains is actually quite close. You can just see it just there. The other side of that field. And there's another little chunk of cash, courtesy of our orchard. Up to 17,000 again now. That's about to rocket up with this. We're talking probably close to 70,000 in the trailer in terms of a cash value. Might be slightly more, might be slightly less. It's probably going to be slightly more, if anything. And then we'll have that second trailer to sell as well. Let's see what we end up with. $72,000, very nice. Right, let's go quickly grab the last bit. Sell that as well. And there goes another 54,000 litres for an extra 60,000. That's a great extra boost there as well. So we've got about 5,700 litres or so left in storage, which is at the main silos at our main farm. We'll leave that there. Actually, we're going the wrong way. We'll get that transferred up to the animal farm off camera, so that we've got that just as a little top up for the pigs. We're going to have to make sure we plant some more wheat or barley, one of the two, as soon as this harvesting is done, so that we can kind of replenish our supplies. But that's a really, really good price. I've never seen a price that good, so I had to kind of really take advantage of it. That's my timer going off there. It should be on silence. I'm not sure why that's going off. So sorry about that little tinkle there. We have all of our soybean to sell. We'll sell that at the start of the next episode before we get into our corn harvest, and then sort of do a little bit of tidying up and everything. So there's that last little bit of wheat. We'll get that transferred over. So yeah, next episode we'll sell our soybean. The price is stabilised now at 17.70, which is really good. So we'll sell at least a trailer's worth and then see where it sits after that. Maybe we'll sell the next one. And then we'll get our corn harvest done. Get that up for the pigs. Make sure that they're topped up on all their food. Do any sort of maintenance for the animals that we need to do. And then we'll see where we are. Right, that's it. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and we'll be back with some more American Midwest very soon.